Our guest tonight is former world heavyweight champion Jack Swagger. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
No problem, no problem. Listen, Sunday is the 2015 Royal Rumble from Philadelphia. You have not been formally announced for the 30-man Battle Royal yet. Will the WWE Universe get to see Jack Swagger make an appearance? And if you do, what can the fans expect from you?
Well, you'll absolutely get to see the real American in the Royal Rumble. I don't know what type of Royal Rumble it would be without me, but every year everyone tries to find, their place to start, to make the impact and make the run to the road to WrestleMania and make it to that championship match. And it all starts with the Royal Rumble, so it's like levels are very high right now, and every superstar that's going to be in the Royal Rumble is definitely going to be raising the bar and to try to stand out, to try to compete and give the WWE Universe what they come to expect from such a match. And it's a lot of fun and a lot of hard work, and I think this year's going to be no different. You're not going to know what to expect, and we're going to have tons of swerves in there, and hopefully the real American is standing at the end.
Mike Curie?
The Royal Rumble's viewed by most as kind of the unofficial start to the WrestleMania season. And coming off your feud with Rusev, you have a clean slate to work with, so to speak. So with WrestleMania quickly approaching, what direction do you see yourself heading in? What are your expectations for the next couple of months for yourself?
It's a fun time of year. It's also a stressful time of year. WWE really likes to keep its fans on the edge of their seats and on their toes and trying to keep that big swerve in their pocket for as long as possible. Right now, I am unattached, so going forward, I'm going to do whatever I can behind the scenes and in the ring to try to secure a match at WrestleMania and have it be a good spot.
BG?
Sure. You're one of the top in-ring workers in the company and someone that they rely on to put on great matches. But do you ever feel that this typecasts you as a performer or limits your potential to allow fans to see more of your personality?
Yeah, it's a two-edged sword, and it does give me only so many options. But I think it's on the superstars in this day and age to get your personality out there more and more. We have so many tools now that they didn't have when I even first started 6 years ago. Social media is such a powerful medium that if a superstar really is typecasted or only has getting so many opportunities, you can go on social media, you can work really hard to promote yourself and promote your brand and give fans a chance to see that other side of the personality, and that will only help your in-ring performance and entertainment-wise. As far as me, after you've been doing it for as long as I have, you just constantly have to stay hungry and constantly have to try to keep growing and reinvent yourself as an artist. Otherwise, as an artist, you'll be dying. And that's what I try to keep doing as much as possible.
Well, the Royal Rumble's in Philadelphia. The crowd in Philadelphia is one of the most intense in all of wrestling. With the Royal Rumble being one of the most important events of the year for the company, what is the feeling backstage regarding possible crowd reaction? And does performing in front of such a smart group of fans add even more pressure to perform at a high level?
I don't know if it adds more pressure. I always love working in the Northeast. It's more intense out there, and it's always fun when the crowd is into it or loud, whether they're chanting for that match or chanting something that's completely, unrelated to what's going on. As long as they're involved, we feed off that. And I think as a wrestler, as a superstar, you just have to know where you're at and know your audience. And so before you go into that ring, know what's going to kind of work. And if it doesn't, then be ready to have a plan B.
Mike Chiari?
One of the most memorable time periods of your career so far was your rivalry with Alberto Del Rio entering WrestleMania 29. And there were some really realistic and controversial aspects to that feud that helped both you and WWE gain some mainstream attention. And looking back at that angle, do you feel like WWE kind of struck gold by towing that line? Is that the type of thing you'd like to see even more of in the future, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a very hot topic across the United States, and I think the WWE could do more on it along those lines and still say PG. It made it fun, and it made it more relative to our older fans. And it just, like, with storylines today, it's very hard to generate natural interest from the WWE universe. You can't force it down their throat. They're only going to like what they like. And so having something that's already on the top, on the tips of their tongues or on their minds just makes it that much easier, that much more fun, that much more intense. And, anytime you can get Glenn Beck crying, it's a good thing.
PG?
Jack, you played both sides of the We the People character, and as a proud American, was it difficult for you to play a villain, or did you find it was a more entertaining role for yourself because it was so different?
Growing up in Oklahoma, my high school team was like a very renowned, very good, and we would walk into places and the whole place would just boo the hell out of us. And so from a young age, I got a taste of that, and I liked it. So it's like, the more you boo me, the better I'm going to wrestle. You don't like me, so what? You can't do anything about it because you can't stop me. And it's a lot of fun to work like that and wrestle with that mindset. Having been on the other side of the ball and the other side of the We the People character, it has the same type of fulfillment, but it's different, as you can imagine. Hearing the people actually pop for something you did, or cheer a victory, it's nice too. I'm not quite sure which one I like more right now at this point. Maybe I'm going to need a 6-year face run to determine that.
That's true. Over the last 2 years, you have worked with legendary manager Zeb Coulter. He has been around the business for over 40 years, and he has seen and done almost everything. What are some of the things that he has taught you that have helped you continue to emerge as one of the most reliable wrestlers on WWE roster?
Unbelievable. Zeb Coulter is, he's priceless. I can't tell you how many things that he has helped me with, that he's helped other superstars with, that he's helped the creative team with, that I know that he's helped Vince with. Just all around good person, and his experience is, it's almost incomparable at this day and age in sports entertainment. Riding with him, he's definitely made me a better driver because he complains all the time. You almost get into one car accident and he never forgets it. But that aside, with wrestling, man, it's just like it's a different generation and a different mentality that still works, but you have to set your match up like that. You have to work like that, or you have to have that, mentality. And I think the main thing with him is he wants physicality, and he's really worked with me on a lot of things about my size and being more physical and when to do something at a certain spot. And the best part about having him out there is you never know what he's going to say ringside. There's been so many times where he said something and made me pop, and I laughed right in the middle of the ring. And although that may be bad for some aspects, it's always a good thing with me.
Mike Chiari?
A lot of fans are aware of your background as a wrestler and a football player at the University of Oklahoma, but I'm not sure many know what type of role Jim Ross played in terms of getting you into sports entertainment. So how did that whole situation and opportunity come about, and how would you describe your relationship with JR?
Yeah, I started playing football in 2001, the year after they won the national championship, and I actually met Jerry Briscoe first about 2004, I would say, about when I was halfway through, and he introduced me to Jim. And from that standpoint on, whenever they were in town, we would get together and talk college wrestling or wrestling in general. And, of course, we'd talk about football with Jim and, have dinner or whatnot. And, they told me about it. You're like, I'm a big guy and good looking or whatnot. And they always just said, finish your degree, finish college. And if you want to give this a shot, we'll be here waiting. And that last semester of my college, I interviewed for so many finance firms, so many securities exchanges, and like there was jobs there, but like the opportunity just wasn't as good as the WWE was presenting. And so you should have seen the look on my parents' faces when I told them I was going to do it, but it ended up working out really well. And so I graduated in May of 2006, and by June of 2006, or by July of 2006, I was signed and moved to Deep South Wrestling.
BG, final question?
Jack, you're known in WWE for your Patriot Lock and your overall submission skills. How difficult is it to create new types of submission holds or even working in different holds into your matches?
Yeah, it's one of the processes of a superstar. Always be evolving, and it is tough because everything's been done before and everything's been seen before, and to find something that works, you can only find through trying something out there in the ring. Yep. Okay. Thank you. 1 second, guys. Out there, you have to try it out there amongst the fans, see how it works, and watch it back and see, what it looks like. It's difficult, but very possible. Another thing too is so many guys on the roster, not only with the main roster but also on NXT. So you got so many moves that you can do without someone else doing them. And to me, that's rule number one. Don't do anything else that someone else is doing, because you don't want to be like them. You want to be yourself and stand out. So to find a move that works and that stands out and separates you from everyone else is hard, but you can do it.
I want to say huge thanks to WWE superstar Jack Swagger for coming on the show. Don't forget to catch the 2015 Royal Rumble pay-per-view on the WWE Network this Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Tell the fans where they can support you on Twitter and where they can buy your merch, man.
You can find me on Twitter at RealJackSwagger, and you can get that We the People shirt at WWEshop.com. And if you send me a picture of it, I might send you an autograph.
Awesome. So again, a huge thanks to Jack Swagger for coming on the show. Thanks. Good luck Sunday, man.
Yeah, thank you guys.